What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another one. You know, there's been things that have been said, and also things that we need to get out. No, it's been a little bit of time since the last video. It's the holidays. It's the holidays. What do you expect? There's a lot of people out there shopping for gifts, shopping for Christmas, and yeah, just getting ready for the holidays, putting up the lights and doing things like that. That's the main thing. And it's not all about gifts. Remember that. It's not all about gifts. But yeah, we're going to start this. We're going to get on with the games first that we've missed. We'll get into the big part and we'll move into the last segment. Now, obviously, game 28, boys. You played well. It was a tough game, Not to say I'm shocked the Firebirds are actually a good team this season. All right, so that's something along the lines crazy. Okay, crazy. All right. Now, game 29, 30, and 31. It seems like we've lost our grip in those games, back to back to back. And it wasn't really back to back to back, but all games back to back in a loss. Now, all games pretty tough losses, You go up against the Rangers in game 29 on away ice, you lose 6-3. You go against Ottawa on home ice and lose to them 5-8. All right? 5-8. We only put up 5? We only put up 5? And then you go into the next game, game 31, playing against the Spitfires. And what do? Another 6-3 loss. 3 back-to-back, it was tough to see, and when it comes down to standings, we were just talking about them not too long ago. That's not what we want to see. It's coming close up to playoffs, and these games matter. You need to be able to go out there and play at the highest level, regardless on if you're expected to play at the highest level. You're expected to play at the highest level every night, but I'm sure there's some nights they you get tired out there and you ain't got that much energy, and I can understand that. Okay, but that we can't have 3 back-to-back losses, and especially with the amount of goals that we're scoring out of those losses. Can't have that no more, boys. Okay, we can't have that no more. But going into the game number 32, okay, 32, because we're getting into a lot, like a big, massive number here. Game 32. Now, I was at that game, all right? I won't lie to you. First time in Peterborough in a long time. I've been there multiple times, but never once at the PMC. So it was my first time at the PMC, but not my first time in Peterborough. I've been in there many times, been around the city. It's great city. Not too big of a difference from Kingston, right? But yeah, obviously, this is the part where we get into the Bulldogs issue. When you go watch a hockey game, no matter what it is, there's always going to be people talking shit. And I think people need to start realizing that that's sports. That's sports regardless. And if you can't, like that one comment said, if you can't take a local OHL fan doing that, then you gotta have some sort of issue. Like, originally we were messing around with Dennis. All right, that's what we were originally doing. Okay, and it wasn't just us. During the game, there was a whole row behind us doing it. A whole row. Wasn't just us. A whole row. And then we had the people beside us in the other row laughing. So, what do you expect? Like, I mean, there are some people that ain't gonna like that, and that's understandable. You know, some people like a classic hockey game, you just go there and watch. But the one thing I'm disappointed about is, why don't half the city of Peterborough stand up when people score? That's my main curiosity right now, because we have a hard time already keeping, high level players in our building. Well, I wonder why. Like, half you guys don't even stand up when they score. There's no excitement. They're putting their hearts out there, and you're sitting there in your seat and clapping. Like, no, show some excitement. Like, we understand the game's not about you, but like, come on, these guys are putting on their lives out there. Every point a minute, there could be just an accident that happens, and it could be life risk. Like, come on, stand up when they score, show some excitement, give them a clap, hands up in the air. Like, do something instead of just sitting there in your seat. Like, come on. That's the one thing I'm disappointed about. But the whole situation about the Bulldogs issue after the game is, what do you expect when all that was over? Buddy slammed his stick on a 70-year-old building. Like, come on. What do you expect? You're going to slam your stick on a 70-year-old building? And if I wanted to be, like that one person, or I'd say most of you that are pretty soft when it comes to sports, I guess, well, I could have been like, well, a piece of fiberglass could have broke off at any minute and killed someone. You want me to be soft? Well, we'll be soft. You know what I mean? Any piece of that fiberglass could have broke off and got someone. Like, have some sense. Have some sense. You're going to a hockey game. What do you expect? You expect what is expected, okay? There are going to be fans that are chirping. There are going to be fans that get mad. That's hockey. That's hockey. You can't be mad at that. Okay? You can't be mad at that. Like, they probably got chirped, like I said, by parents in U13. Like, it probably wasn't directed to them, like, to their faces. But, like, come on. If you're not talking shit to them, to their faces, like, you're talking about them behind their back. You might as well talk shit to them, to their face. So, like, come on, grow a pair of balls.